Hello, I'm Rainbow Raja. I'm a shamanic energy healer, and I'm here to offer a little bit of a energetic forecast for the month of April. So I've started already to prepare this space with a prayer and a meditation to call in all of our helping spirits as a collective. So to start this off, to make sure that we all are getting attuned to the right frequencies, I'd like you just to close your eyes briefly, unless you're driving. Please don't close your eyes if you're driving. Close your eyes briefly and take a nice deep breath right into your heart center. Feel your sit bones softening against your chair. Feel your feet anchoring into the earth. Take another deep breath. One of the most important things we need to remember going into the month of April is we all need to stay grounded. Now, I'm sure you've heard that term, ground yourself, get grounded, anchor yourself, do some grounding practices. It has been thrown around a lot, especially in the spiritual community, especially here on YouTube or Patreon with these energy practitioners and healers. But what is grounding? I get a lot of clients who are not necessarily awakened to spiritual practices. They may have some intuitive gifts, they may have a couple paranormal experiences, but they don't always know how to navigate their spiritual gifts or their intuitive abilities. We may not always know how to navigate our spiritual abilities, especially if we grew up in a household that shunned it or shamed it or didn't really recognize that you had these abilities or gifts, or maybe even you yourself didn't know that these were things that were special. For a long time, because I had a really early awakening in my own journey, I started developing my spiritual abilities, premonition dreams, and being able to communicate with animals and seeing energy and connecting with different dimensions and realms such as the fairy realm. I was capable of that so early in my life. My earliest memories were like when I was 4. I used to have premonitions when I was 4, and I would share them with my mom thinking that this was super normal. And my mom always would downplay it, saying that I was just so creative, that I had such a vivid imagination. And I had a lot of imaginary friends growing up who lived in the trees and in the bushes. And so for me, I believed that my vivid imagination was something that all people had. I thought everyone could see energy. I thought everyone could see the little twinkly, transparent people that hung out in forests. Only when I got much older did I realize that these were not normal things that most people saw and that I had some gifts. And luckily, pretty early in my journey, in my teens, I was guided on how to best utilize these gifts. And my mission is to help you guys reignite your connection with your natural abilities and to give you the tools to utilize them to create your own reality. So that brings us here to April. This is my first video of what I hope will be a series of energy forecasts where I can tap into the Akashic field and give a projection of some energies, some situations that might arise for the month of April for you. And what I'm being shown is that with so much uncertainty, especially here in the States, with political agendas, with unstable markets, that the most important thing for you to do in the month of April is to ground yourself. What is grounding? I like to explain grounding as becoming a lightning rod. So we all naturally pick up energies throughout the day. You pick up emotional energies from your friends, from your family. Anytime someone is stressed out and you are within a 4-foot range, you are picking up their energy. You might notice that when you're hanging out with someone, you might feel extra drained. You might notice that when somebody is really excited about something, that you also get just as excited, even though technically you aren't as interested in what they're talking about as they are. You might notice that you feel or think of someone right before they call, right before they reach out to you. These are emotional energies that you pick up on. When we pick them up, sometimes they get stuck in our energy field. Our energy field is actually like layered. We have different layers of our field, of our auric field. We have an emotional field. We have a mental field. We have a physical field. We have a spiritual field. In these fields, our soul or our consciousness projects what is going on the inside. And sometimes it imprints what other people that we've come into contact with through intimacy or through connecting, like through friendship, through familial connections, we might pick up some of their stuff too. So on the emotional level, a lot of people refer to that as like empath, because you can pick up on the emotions of others. With the mental field, you can pick up on the thoughts and ideas of others, of the collective. That might be why you get a really cool idea, an invention, a business idea, and you're like, oh man, this is such a cool idea, but I don't really have the resources or the drive to start this business idea. And a couple months down the road, it's almost like that idea became manifest. And you're like, came up with that idea first. Now that person's super rich off my idea. Well, the thing is it's not your idea. It's the collective's consciousness. There is a collective need for this invention, for this business, and you picked up on it and someone else picked up on it. It's like drop down for a bunch of different people. And if you pick it up and you're like, I'm going to do this thing, then you're the one that gets to create it. And that's part of your mental field. That can also be like connecting to someone and being able to predict what they're going to say before they say it. And then in regards to our spiritual field, you might pick up on events that are about to happen or specific messages, specific practices that help elevate you, that help you connect with things. You might see entities or feel them or hear their thoughts. That's all part of your spiritual field. And our physical field, which is a representation of our body, our illnesses, our imbalances, our deficits are mirrored into our field. And that's how Reiki practitioners are able to work on your physical body, is your physical field is actually very close to your body, and they can see where the stagnation, where there's a density of energy, and they're able to heal and move that energy and break up any kinds of lesions that might be causing imbalance. So this month, our goal is to, when you ground your field, you are anchoring everything that is not yours and you are sending it down into the earth to keep yourself as neutral as possible. If you think about a high-powered device like a computer or an appliance, all of our electrical devices have three prongs, at least the high energy ones, right? They have three prongs. You have your two for connecting power, and that third prong, which is for grounding. Most people are only two-pronged right now. They've got their two prongs, and they're able to draw energy from the universe. They're able to pick up on other things from other people. They're able to send things out to other people. They're able to send things out to the universe. But without the grounding, you're not able to discern what is coming in and if it's for you. You're not able to filter the energies, your energies or their energies. So you may be picking up on everything, thinking it's all for you. But because we are just giant, antenna for energy in the universe, we're picking up all of this information, and it's not all meant for you. Without grounding, you're just going to go in a spiral, and you'll go on these tangents, and you'll have your emotional ups and downs, and you'll get these ideas, and you'll be inspired for a day or two or a week or two, and then it kind of fizzles out, and you're like, oh, well, what was that all about? That's because you haven't learned adequately how to ground yourself, how to filter the energies that come in and go out of you. You'll find yourself being drained. You'll find yourself getting mental fatigue. You'll find your body getting sore or achy, especially with the energy changes that our planet is going through. And even if you're new to the wellness scene, the spiritual scene, the planet is going through a bunch of changes. This is being shown with volcanoes becoming more active. We see the weather going through drastic changes. There's no more gradual increases. We have entire areas where people are agitated, angry, where there is a mental paradigm, a mental obsession about certain things in certain regions. And that's all due to the Earth's energy shifts that are happening. And you will get swept up in the chaos that is being created right now if you do not learn how to anchor your vessel, how to create a filtration system to bring in the energy you desire and to send out the energy in a measured way where you don't deplete yourself. Grounding is a muscle that our energy field and that our body needs to learn. So, through the month of April, I encourage you to practice grounding every day. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of different ways to do this to give you the highest success rate, because I want you to succeed. I don't want you to lose your mind. I don't want you going on emotional tangents. I don't want you over there stuck in a world of worry or dread or being swept up in the agendas that are not serving your best state of mind, which should be happiness and joy and feeling whole in your life. So, let's get started on learning April's healing practice. First thing to do, and I think this is the best thing to do, is to place your feet firmly on the ground, preferably without shoes. The closer you can get to the ground, the better. But if you're in a multi-story building, an apartment, etc., you can still do this grounding practice. Your goal is to put your feet flat on the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to find our soul. And the best way to do this is you're going to just ask yourself, hey, where is my soul hanging out in my body? Mine is right here. You might find that your soul is floating 10 feet up. You might find that your soul is a little to the right and kind of over your right shoulder. You might find that your soul is all the way down in your knees. Wherever your soul is hanging out, the feeling that you get in that area where your soul is kind of your perspective of consciousness. This is where the most of your life force energy is condensed and hanging out. It can be perceived as where, if you really pull your attention into your body, you will almost be able to feel it as like a second pair of eyes in that area. So you might, like right now, it's almost like I have a pair of eyes, like right here, like right over my heart space. But there have been times in my life where when I tried this practice, I was almost like looking down on myself, or I was like above the ceiling of the room I was in, and I was able to kind of like survey the environment outside of my room. And that's totally okay. That just means that right now your soul doesn't feel that your body is a safe place to be. And we are going to help your soul become reacquainted with your physical vessel by pulling it down. We're going to pull. So if you're up there in the air, up in the ethers, as we say, you're just going to breathe into your body, and you're going to imagine pulling your energy body down, down, down into your crown of your head. With each breath in, you're pulling it down. As you breathe out, you're just going to relax and allow your soul to gently float down at whatever pace it wants to. Our goal is to get our soul into our body. If you're over here, it's a very similar process. You're just going to, imagine. You're using your imagination, because really, that's all your intuition truly is. Imagination is just heightened senses. Isn't that fun? We were all tricked as children. So you're going to use your imagination. You're going to imagine pulling your soul, and you're going to pull it back into your body. You go, come here, buddy. We're just reuniting with this wonderful vessel that we chose. Even though you may not feel like you chose it, you did. This is you. And the great thing about reigniting your soul with your vessel, once your soul feels that your vessel is a safe place to be again, you will actually start to shed weight. Your facial features will change. You might find yourself like being less stressed, having less mind chatter, less thoughts. You will find yourself feeling more at ease in stressful situations. And especially for people who have been through trauma, like the reason that you're floating around out there is because you went through trauma and your soul no longer feels like your body is a safe place to be. And that's totally normal and fine. I work with people all the time. This is really common. So don't feel bad about it. Or just pull in the balloon back in, right? You're going to pull your soul back into your vessel, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Once your soul is in your vessel, for those of you whose souls were already in your vessel, we're just going to go from here. Soul's in your vessel, and we're just going to breathe in With each breath in, we're going to imagine slowly sliding that ball of consciousness down our center, bringing it down, anchoring it into the body. Allow it to move through your chakra system. Chakras are 7 energy centers in the body. We're just going to move it through the center. We're going to push it down. Just keep pushing. Just keep swimming. Yeah. Push it down through your stomach. And once you get to the base of your pelvis, you're going to slide it down your legs. We're just going to breathe our soul down through our legs. Ready? Breathe your soul down through your legs. Breathe it into your knees. You might notice physical sensations as we do this practice. That's super normal. You're regulating your nervous system. Congratulations. You're doing it right. As we move the soul through the knees, we're going to allow it just to slide right on through our calves, through our shins, into our ankles. And you're going to drop it into the soles of our feet. I wonder why we call our feet bottoms soles. I like to believe that the bottoms of our feet are called soles because that's where we're meant to reside. That's how we know that our essence, that our actual soul is fully anchored into our vessel. So you're going to slide it all the way down and expand it to stretch out on the bottoms of your soles. And you're just going to hold it there. The way that we hold it there is with our awareness. With your eyes open and softening your gaze, you can enter a light trance. And this will give you an ability to be more present with the soles of your feet. And you can really feel the tingles down there. You can really feel the gravity. You become more aware of the texture beneath your feet. Those tingles is your body discharging energy that does not belong to you. This is stuff you picked up from electronic devices. This is stuff you picked up from walking through the world. This is stuff you picked up from your mom, your neighbor, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your ex from 5 years ago. And you're going to just gently breathe and allow your body to discharge. If this is your first time grounding, it can be emotional. And if you don't like feeling emotions, then that's unfortunate. I apologize in advance for any emotional releases you might have, but this is an important practice. And those emotional releases is confirmation that your body is letting go of things that have already been worked through, that have already been healed, that have already been addressed, that they are not even yours to begin with, and have just been swirling around in your mind, in your energy, in your emotions for years, maybe, and now you are letting them go. We're giving them back to the earth. She knows what to do with them. This is the easiest practice to do because once you've done it about 5 times or so, you just hold. You just hold your soul in your soles, and you can walk around. You can do this in the store. You don't have to do any kind of guided meditation. You just close your eyes for a split second, find your soul, and with your normal breath, breathe it down your body into the soles of your feet. And what this will immediately do is it relaxes your nervous system and you will be calm. Your mind will clear. You won't have mind chatter. You won't have inner dialogue. Your emotions will be neutralized. This allows you to be less reactive to others, allows you to assess situations without emotional charging, without bias, and your body can start to heal. When your body is in this state of grounding, a state of releasing, of cleansing itself, you're able to regenerate a lot easier. You'll find your energy levels will increase. You'll find yourself being able to sleep deeper at night. These are not necessarily promises because I can't be in your body to ensure that you're fully grounded. But I know when I practice this every single day, my goal was to stay in this state as often as I could. And if I noticed that I was becoming emotionally reactive, if I noticed that I was having a bunch of mind chatter, if I got worried or stressed out, if I didn't feel like at ease inside my body, I knew I was ungrounded and I would just return to this state. And I did it for 30 days. And my body, it healed. It healed. I reached a point where I didn't have constant stress and anxiety. I didn't have all these conversations going on in my head. I wasn't replaying events. I didn't have negative self-talk. I found myself able to relax, to really start to enjoy life, to enjoy each and every moment of my day. And when I was able to enjoy moments of my day and the connections I was making with people, I stopped worrying about what they thought of me. I stopped worrying about whether they were going to betray me, what they were saying about me behind my back. I stopped worrying about pleasing people. I stopped worrying. And I just allowed myself to exist. And here in April, you are going to be so grateful for the ability to rest and to finally be able to enjoy the peace that comes with just enjoying life. And that's really what this practice is going to do. It's going to help you regulate your nervous system so that you can begin to heal from any trauma, from any disruption or chaos that's going on around you, and to begin to reconnect with yourself and your environment in a healthy way. To neutralize the stimulus, because we are overstimulated beings in this world now. Only way to desensitize our overly sensitive nervous systems is to reconnect with our body, with the earth, and the present moment. April is a time of new beginnings, and what I am being encouraged to share with you is now is your new beginning. This is a new chapter of your life, learning how to truly master your vessel amid the chaotic storm that is going on. That is a new beginning for you. You are no longer a boat on the waves of a storm. You are going to be like at the top of the lighthouse, being the beacon for all the other lost souls. You are going to be shining bright, feeling anchored on your protected little cliff where you are no longer part of the stormy action. And you can really just shine your brightest and be your best self and guide others through your embodied being. The second grounding practice that I would like to share with you, because I feel that that is a good one to do any time of day. Practice it as much as you can. It doesn't draw attention to yourself. It's not some long-winded grounding practice. There are a bunch of crystals that you can use that are going to help you. One of my favorites is black tourmaline. We have obsidian. Smoky quartz is another really good one. Jasper is very grounding. If you sit with the stone, I'm going to grab one real quick. This is one of my favorite grounding stones. It's a Himalayan banded jasper, I believe. So we sit with it between our hands. And just like we did with grounding into the soles of our feet, we're just going to breathe our attention into the rock. I'm breathing my focus and attention into the rock. And with your mind or with your words, I'm just going to tell my rock, "Hey, rock, I'd like to ground." "Oh, thank you, rock. I know I'm being a little silly, but it can be that easy because crystals have a consciousness about them. They are here to support you. As long as you've got a crystal whose specialty is grounding, they are more than happy to help you anchor into the earth's energies and to become more focused and more clear in your pursuits in life." Another practice of grounding, go hug a tree. Just go out, find a pretty tree, go give it a big hug. Breathe deep into your heart. There's this, if you're not rigid doing it, if you don't feel weird doing it, you really hug the tree and you just imagine yourself kind of enmeshing with the tree. That tree will help you anchor your energies. And that is for people who have a really hard time with quieting their mind, or maybe all of this concentration stuff is just very challenging. Go hug a tree. Go take your bare feet, stand on some grass. Become a commander of your own body and your energy. When you're standing on the grass with your bare feet on the ground, tell your body, release everything that does not belong to me. Anchor me deep into the earth's core. Help me release what no longer serves me. Ground me. Ground me, body. Your body will listen. You can't say please. We're not pleasing our body. Your body's not here to please you. You command your body. You tell your body what to do. That's what your brain does all day. You don't tell your brain to breathe. You don't tell your brain to digest food. Your brain tells your body what to do. If you have to speak out loud and tell yourself, "Body, ground my energy." Do that. But don't just think, "Oh, I just did that so I can just walk off." You have to be present. You have to feel the connection with the earth. Right after you say it, you have to pause. You have to be present. You feel that connection with the earth. Feel the circuit open up between you and the earth beneath you. So I'm recording this in March. And what I'm seeing coming in April is the way I'm being shown this this April is just like a whirlwind. Like, it's like a tornado that's just crossing the country. I'm speaking of the country because that's who I feel is gonna be receiving most of these messages. But even in regards to the world, it's from the east side of every region. It's gonna sweep. Like, there's this wave that's coming through in April where I think it's meant to clear things, but it's not going to look that way. It is going to be chaos. It is going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be information that is going to be exposed, that is going to be released amid a bunch of people trying to cover up their tracks, amid these energies that are trying to control the rest of the populace. There's all of these energies that are almost overseeing the population. And for such a long time, they've been able to entangle the population like an octopus with its tentacles. It's like entangled everybody and enmeshed everyone and been able to kind of move them where it wants to move them. And we are entering a new era of a new era for our species, where we as a population are starting to disentangle ourselves, and that energy that's this kind of controlling, it's like very, very heavy, very dark, very mysterious energy that's been in the background pulling the puppet strings. We see it in what's going on in Hollywood, where there is so much darkness, manipulation, abuse, control exerted over extremely talented and gifted individuals who wanted to use their gifts, who wanted to use their talents to inspire a generation. And many of them were put into positions for this darker force to be able to kind of, create this narrative, this illusionary world that we all looked up to. We all wanted a piece of that pie. But behind the curtain, there was so much pain. For each and every single one of the people in the spotlight, they were being drained. They were being siphoned. They were being manipulated and abused. And for all of the actors and musicians and singers and even just public image people, the people who were put in a position of power under some sort of contract or some sort of promise. There was some sort of promise they were given, and there was always a catch that not many of them caught. And my heart goes out to all of them. My heart goes out to the victims of the crimes that are being committed in the dark. My heart goes out to all of those who have tried for decades to share their message and their insight about these criminals, these manipulators, these control freaks, these monsters. We are entering here in April. It's a new era where the programming that we've all been under, the illusion that we've all been under, whether that's the illusion of the news, the illusion of the government, the illusion of celebrity lives, the illusion of, even political, cultural differences. All of these things that have created division for our society. It is dissolving. We are realizing we've all been trapped in like a fun house of mirrors, and that everyone we thought was our enemy was not our enemy, and we were all just pinned against each other, and that illusion is shattering. And because the systems that were designed to keep us enslaved and trapped are failing, they're falling apart, they're breaking down. The corporations that were designed to perpetuate this prison, they're starting to malfunction as well. And while all of that is happening, you're really going to see some big economic shifts. Come April, we're going to see some really concerning world events in April. And there's going to be a lot of people who are losing hope. There's going to be a lot of people who are afraid. And we're being encouraged to divert our eyes from the sideshow that is society and to refocus on ourselves, to refocus the attention on who you are as an individual. What life do you want for yourself? If you were to dream your biggest dream today, the thing that makes your heart sing, no matter how feasible it feels, what would that look like to you? The month of April is about deciding who you want to become. It's about anchoring in to your body, to filling up your vessel and commanding it, taking ownership of your life. This is just the beginning. And I'm praying that whoever needs to see this, that this is the message that you need to realize that even though things may look dire, you may be in financial straits, you may be in an extremely challenging place, you may be under somebody else's thumb, you may be in danger, you may be crippled in one way or another, you may be told you broken or ill or whatever it is. But in this moment right here, I want you to decide if you could be whatever you wanted, if you could be whatever form of yourself that made you the happiest, who would you be? Write it down. Because in the next coming months, with these energy forecasts, I am going to help you become that version of yourself. I'm going to help you regain sovereignty and control over your reality, because you are a co-creator in this world. You are not a victim. Everything that has happened in your life, it may feel like it happened to you. And at certain points, that may have been true because you chose to allow it. Because you weren't in a position of power. You weren't in your own body. You weren't in control of your reality yet. But this is a season of new beginnings, and I am here to give each and every single one of you your crown. Because that is my mission. It is to help you become your most powerful and vibrant version of yourself. and to create your dream reality. I've had a really hard journey through life. May not look that way. Maybe I just come off as like I've just had a silver spoon in my mouth my whole life. No. God, no. I have been through hell on earth. And I'm not going to go into depth about what exactly that entails. And if you are truly interested, you stick with me, write in the comments. You know, if I get enough people harassing me about it, I'll go into it at some point. But for now, just please trust me when I say that I have been through, I have seriously gone through so much trauma and so much suffering. I am so friggin' lucky to be alive today, and I am so blessed to have such a wonderful life. When I was told at a very early age that I would never be able to care for myself, that I would be under somebody else's care, guardianship, for the rest of my life because of the circumstances that I was born with. I have been through truly hell. And being through hell, I have a very unique perspective, because if I can go through it and I can get to the place where I am now, which I never, ever, ever, ever in my wildest dreams would ever imagine that I would be here with the kind of autonomy, the kind of peace, the kind of balance, the abundance, the joy, and the true pure happiness that I have in my life. Never did I think that any of this was attainable in this lifetime. I seriously never, even just like a year ago, 2 years ago, I really questioned where I would be. I've had a journey, and I have worked really, really hard on myself to pull myself up out of the mud, to dust myself off. I have trained spiritually for myself. I became a warrior before I came here to teach you how to do the same. And if we can work together, you meet with me for an energy forecast every month, I'm going to train you to become a friggin' powerhouse. And you are going to create the most magical reality that you could possibly ever imagine. It's going to blow your freaking mind. I'm so freaking excited for you. If you want that, if that is something your heart is like, oh, man, I want the best life in the whole wide world, even though it doesn't feel possible right now. Trust me, it is. And I've done it. And I know the secrets. And I'm here to share them with you because I'm not a gatekeeper. In fact, I don't believe in that. I believe in sharing love unconditionally, even if it gets me in trouble. So here's my love. So that was the lesson for this month, is grounding. That was the energetic forecast. I hope that you will join me again for May. All right. So we have covered grounding for the month. Your homework for the month. Master grounding. Do it every day if you can. I highly encourage it. Please go hug some trees. Go spread the love to our wonderful arborary friends of the woods. I have some angelic guides and some star being friends who want to help you prepare for the whirlwind of energies that are coming in for the month of April. And I'm going to invite them in right now to give you a channeled message. It's going to be in spirit language, light language. Christians or Catholics may know it as speaking in tongues. I have a lot of spirit friends that are of different star collectives as well as angelic beings that I work with, that help me utilize frequency to recalibrate and adjust our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual fields to prepare us, to sharpen us, to help us detach from things that are not serving us, and to help us shift paradigms without so much attachment to what we have known. It makes transition so much easier. So if you're open to receiving that, I welcome you into the space.
Moko ia yet anahato ukowai. Ken wam wat ialai. Kana ko oye ki iat na apad aye. Kuku I maat na ad usharakan wai. Guam waye na hapwa ena. Ke do no oye ki a mawoge. Deda nata ana ko oye. Guam wa mahata ana kwaye kia. Na blo ia lakia na. Jela lea kia. Mobuan anaitea guabua na taranai gejanjar unaya tinia guam hunyar na areea geguan nararia nashkara mukwe anjara na hotutoya jelal kuyam wam wayam dum wayam wao Yandum wayano ayandam wawa wano anayayo ano ayam wam wayato ayam ekwamwa noa Umuhayanayo, Eyamanaya no Hamoy, Hanoi, 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 Hoyanaya, Homoya Totum, Kumwanaya. Hey, I'm one no Kwanaya to hai am waya no haya haya hey I am wa no ya amwaya to haya como I am amwanaheo Guam Guam De ano apolloan De ane amoa Genaya tomoa Damwayo Damwayo Geam wataya ano hai Hamonataya ano hai mwataya Mwawam Jo ayanoham Joanham Ham Deham Eham Jesse kako ya xe wa ya ko yan ye Mua bôi yan 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 bôi ye ya gan ya wo bôi nya boko jinya japo yekia. Guan 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 guan. Bon yan ya lon ya yan ya ma bua yan ya nya. Ye mua nya nya. Ye mua nya mo bua yan. Kinh jam wan jam jan hian ya bua. Kinh yan mua nya nya ye. Jam wan yan ja ye. Hamonapwayatanya, ye hamaya. Boy, ye kia, go ye chinya jaboya.
There's quite a few of you that experiencing a lot of blockages in your heart and in your throat, and that's because you are rejecting the things that bring you actual joy. You believe that by wanting or doing the things that bring you joy, that you're being selfish, that you are like, if you decide you want to go and play video games when you have children or whatever, like there is something within you that is shaming you for pursuing things that bring you joy. And this particular guide is, she wants me to communicate to you that by depriving yourself of joy, you are making yourself sick. And it starts in the heart, and it will rise up into your throat because you're not speaking up for yourself. You're not advocating for yourself. And if you continue to deprive yourself of joy, deprive yourself of self-nurturing, deprive yourself of self-love, that this is going to create suffering in your first in your energy, then in your emotional field. So you'll start to feel depressed, you'll feel anxious, you'll feel like oncoming dread. You will start to lose your energy and your vitality, and you'll be very fatigued. You'll feel exhausted all the time. You will start to have like anger boil up out of nowhere. If you are someone who is experiencing that, it's because you have said no to your own joy, to the thing that is your lifeblood. That is what fuels your vitality, that fuels your youth, the energy that actually like allows you to be youthful and playful and happy and gives you all that energy. You are like turning it off. You're like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't do that anymore. You are going to make yourself physically ill at some point if you keep denying things that bring you joy. Say no, set boundaries. That's for the collective that knows what I'm talking about. That guide is saying like please, please, please do one thing every single day that brings you joy, that makes you laugh, that makes you happy. Not on a screen though. She's back here and she's like, no, 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 no. The screens are distractions. They are all distractions. They are numbing agents. It's like alcohol. It's like a drug. It is just there to numb, to make you not realize, to not feel that lack. And so she's saying, go do the things that fill you up. If you enjoy sewing, go sew, even if it's something small, like a doll dress. If you enjoy drawing, even if you're doodling, do it. But she is encouraging you that if you actually invest like a lot of enthusiasm into that particular endeavor, that thing that brings you joy, that you will be rewarded by the spiritual realm. They are going to gift you more energy, more abundance, more blessings, because you are seeing yourself as worthy of love. And that is really important moving into this new beginning of our new owning ourselves. You have to love yourself. And she's going to come in and finish working on the heart space.
Payaki amo nacho po oshayakia. Mono no 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 nakawa owa chanya po iya. Wanyan chapwa chinki anya jo ochiana. no to kona chi ano do chuchu ba. Jan ja 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 boki anja ja boda te in natri ano shida udia. Go jan ya yan yan ya wa yan no ye am wa yan ye atona ye. Wa mo yan yan ye no jan ya ye wa ya jan nai ham wa ye am wa. Quỳnh nhà nhà chú chú trên nhà cho bố nhà cho nhà bố nhà cho nhà bố cả nhà chị thiên nhà để thiên là tôi tới nhà trong mà trẻ nhà cho cô nhà trên chú nhà cho nhà cho cô nhà cho bố rồi nó nhà nhà thì tôi đôi cái anh tôi được kia Nam hanu o in ham tanu ion ion ham uion Ion tuai tuam, ion tai tuam, kian tuai, kian tia tu, kiu, kamuan tua, tiam, tiam, kapuatua, uanum Om. 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 Om.
maya kamwam yato mam dia te anu anaya kwam amwam naya te nanu anem Anom wanana e ano ai amwaya e anana e hinako amo anayam ge am om. Oh, sorry, I got lost in the energy there a little bit. That was an angelic being that was coming in to help you integrate and to help you release the fear of grounding and of letting go of things that no longer serve you. There's probably a lot of you that are like subconsciously afraid that if you let go, like fully give yourself permission to release everything inside of you. Like if just remember what is meant for you, you cannot get rid of, right? Like what is truly yours in your body, you can't release. So when I first learned grounding, I would instinctually hold memories. I would hold emotions tied to people or events. I would hold them in my body for fear that if I let those traumas, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, if I truly let them go and release them to the earth, that I somehow would lose a piece of myself. And that angel was coming in to help you realize that death of letting go of things is part of rebirth. It is part of a new beginning. You cannot have a new beginning if you do not let go of what is holding you back. If you truly let go of everything into the earth and you just surrender your entire vessel to God or to the universe or to the energies, to Mother Gaia, whatever your belief system is, because I personally believe that all belief systems are just puzzle pieces to a bigger picture. And I support all belief systems here in my practice. I support all belief systems like working with people one-on-one, as long as you follow the golden rule, which is do unto others as you would wish to be done unto you. And that also follows up with do unto yourself what you would wish to be done unto you. So you become your own self-advocate. So as long as your belief system is about not harming others or not harming yourself, you are providing yourself that space. Then I am here to support that, and I don't judge any belief system that doesn't follow that. I just guide most of my sessions from that personal belief. And so that angelic being was coming in to remind you guys that you have to let some things die, some energies you have to let go of. You have to let go of your grip over old grievances. You have to let go of your grip over, all of the debts that other people have cast against you. You have to let go of your judgments and your impressions. You have to have this grieving period to grieve what no longer serves you and what is not serving your dream self, that vision that we created, that we talked about. Who do you want to become, even if it doesn't seem feasible or possible right now? You have to let the version of you that you are in this moment die. You have to sacrifice it to the earth in order to be reborn. And we're not talking about ritual sacrifice. We're not like, it's not that kind of a sacrifice. It's the impressions that people have left on you, the trauma. It's all of those, all of the pain. You're still carrying the pain. You're still carrying all that anger. You're still carrying how unjust things were, how mean that person was. You're carrying like how unfair it was. But you can't carry those things into a joyful future, because those particular emotions are the opposite of who you want to be. You can't have that duality coexist. Sure, one day you could be angry, vengeful, and the next day you could be joyful, and the next day but we all know what that's called. We don't want to create that kind of bipolarity in our universe. It's really challenging to be an optimist and a pessimist. If you are choosing that optimist, the angel is encouraging you to feel safe, to let it go. Whatever is heavy, dense, whatever is painful, whatever inside of your experience, your energy body, your physical body that feels like pain, burden, that angelic being was just telling you to let it go. Let the light like permeate through all the density and the heaviness and the darkness. Let me see if there's any other beings that want to come in and give an attunement for this month. No? So we had 3 guides come in today, 1 angelic being, 1 being that felt very bubbly. She was from the stars. And the very first being, which was also a star being, that was helping to, it was like recalibrating your vessel for expansion, to allow an expansion to happen for you. So that was April's energy forecast. I do have a Patreon with an extended forecast that goes into a tarot reading specifically for choose your own reading, and it's going to help you actually navigate specific circumstances and situations that you are going to encounter in the month of April. And if you are interested in checking out that extended forecast, please head over to my Patreon, patreon.com/Rainbow Raja, and you can join for free. And I believe the extended forecast is under the love tier. So if you want to get those monthly energy forecasts, please join the love tier and show your love and support for the work that I do. I'm so grateful for your attention. I am so grateful for the support, all the likes, all the subscribes. I am so grateful for any and all comments. I'm just so deeply blessed for the journey that I've been on, and for all of those out there that have joined me on this journey, whether you were clients, whether you are watchers from, years ago, or if you're new. I am so grateful that you are here. Welcome to the Rainbows Rising group, and I am excited to help you ascend. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month, and I wish you the best. I love you. Bye.